So this is the piano parts to an Adele tune, Someone Like You. Um, though Adele is so much about her voice, I think for this particular tune, the piano part is a beautiful, very simple tune. I thought we'd show you how to put it into O Generator. It's not set in stone that it has to be played in this way, by the way, but also just in terms of how it's written, may give you some ideas about writing a piece of music using this kind of piano idea. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the first four bars, the chords that go with it, okay? And I'm not going to do the arpeggiated part because that's really important, the arpeggios in this, but I'm going to look at just the root notes initially, or that I used, or the main notes of the chords. So on that first chord, it's in A major, so it's an A long that I've put. And then on the next bar, the actual chord is actually an E major, but it plays an inversion. It plays a G sharp long on pad 1, and then moving over to the third bar, it goes to an F sharp minor. That's F sharp L long, and then on the last chord you've got a D long, D major. Okay, so if I just played that on its own, this is what's the piano line's actually just going down. So you get this. Which kind of gives you a melancholy kind of feel, and the thing that goes throughout the whole track is this idea of using inversions. Okay, by using inversions and arpeggiating, this is what you get. So I've gone to the outside circle now, unmuted it, and these are the notes that are in there. Pad 1 A long, pad 3 C sharp long, pad 5 E H long, E high, and then pad 7 C sharp long, pad 9 A long, pad 11 C sharp long, pad E H long, and C sharp long. And you'll realise that those notes are pretty much repeating themselves. You've got yourself that you're playing the root note, you're playing the third note of the scale, and then you're playing the fifth note of the scale, so you get this. And all it does, it moves over to the E major chord, and you've got the third note of the scale of E major, which is G sharp long, pad 3 C sharp long, which is the sixth note in the chord, and then E H long on pad 5, pad 7 C sharp long, pad 9 G sharp long, pad 11 C sharp long again, E H long, and then pad 15 C sharp long. So, and then on to the next bar, and this is where you go to an F sharp minor, so it's F sharp long, the root note, and then C sharp long on 3, F sharp high on 5, C sharp long on 7, F sharp long on pad 9, C sharp long on pad 11, F sharp high on pad 13, and C sharp long on pad 15. And the last chord, it goes to a D, and it plays the fifth note of the scale, which is A long on pad 1, D long on pad 3, on pad 5 you've got F sharp, which is the major third, then you've got the D long on pad 7, A long on pad 9, D long on pad 11, F sharp high on 13, and D long on 15. Okay, so there you'll find that they're kind of repeating themselves, those notes. So what I've done is I've copied these 1, 2, 3 and 4 onto pads 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then let's just take a listen, and then this is where you get a change here. Okay, so see what happens. So if I just go to pad the next four bars where we get a change, because if I'm just going to go again to that root note. This time I've kind of swapped it round, so you've got, it goes to an E, E L long on pad 1, and next if we go and put on the next four bars, so go across, you get F sharp long, L long, and then on the next bar you've got D long and then on the next bar you've got D long. It repeats itself, okay, so it's the same chord. So let's see what the arpeggios are doing. Okay, so the chord is an E, and what's happening is it's playing second inversion. So you've got second inversion, so you've got C sharp long on pad 1, B long, which is the 5th note of the scale, on 3, and E long on pad 5, B long on pad 7, then it repeats itself. G sharp long on 9, B long on 11, E H long on 13, and B long on 15. So you get that arpeggio. Okay, and then it goes to the F sharp minor. So it's F sharp long on pad 1, then A long on pad 3, E H long on pad 5, A long on pad 7. Then repeats itself again. Arpeggiate to F sharp long on pad 9, A long on pad 11, E high on pad 13, and A long on pad 15. And then this is where it repeats itself. The chord is on D, so it's playing the 3rd note of the scale. F sharp long on pad 1, A long, which is the 5th note of the scale, and then you've got D on pad 5, and it goes back to the A long on pad 7. Then it repeats itself. So you get F sharp long on pad 9, then your A long on pad 11, D on pad 13, and lastly A long on pad 15. And all you need to do is copy bar 11 to bar 12, because it's exactly the same thing, and then just copy bar 9 to 13, and then copy bar 10 to 14. And this is where there's another change. Okay, here if you just take a listen, you get this. And what's happening here is if I go to switch this, it goes to a D long, and have a look at the arpeggios. It's F sharp long on pad 1, A long on pad 3, D on pad 5, A long on pad 7, F sharp long on 9, A long on 11, D on 13, A on 15. On this bar it changes to an E long, and it's exactly it's the same as the E chord before. So G long on pad 1, B on 3, E H long on 5, B long on 7, and then it repeats itself. G sharp long on 9, 11, B long, E H long on 13, and B long on pad 15. Okay, so for these last chords, this is where it goes to the chorus. I think let's just there's in a really interesting transition that they use here. This note, it just comes out, this chord comes out of nowhere, but it actually goes to the F sharp minor. If I just go to the root note, actually here, F sharp long is the root note, so it goes back to the F sharp minor, and then underneath that, if we switch to the arpeggios, you've got A long, C sharp long, F sharp high long on pad 5, C sharp long on pad 7, A long on pad 9, C sharp long on pad 11, F sharp high on 13, and C sharp long. And they're the notes within the F sharp minor scale. And then it goes to the chorus, and the chorus is exactly the same as the actual first 4 chords, the verse. But what happens is the difference is that the arpeggios go up. So, and the difference is here. Let's just show you what I mean. Pad 1, you've got A long, D long, and here F sharp long, D long, A long, D long, F sharp, D long. So So on this bar, this is where it actually goes up. So it goes C sharp, E, and it goes right up to an A high here. So it's exactly the same chord, but it's actually just going up, and then goes back to E high, and then it repeats itself, C sharp, E high, then up to A high, E high. So on this chord, it's exactly the same as the beginning, but the arpeggio just goes up, which gives it a sense of a lift. So her voice goes up at the same time as well as she sings the chorus. Same chord, it's going to be the E major, but we've got a B here, E high on pad 3, G sharp high on pad 5, E high on 7, B on 9, E high on 11, G sharp high on 13, and E high on 15. And again, the bottom note here is the G sharp long, exactly the same thing. And then moving on to the F sharp minor chord, if I just put the arpeggios up, again it's going up C sharp high, C sharp, F sharp high on pad 3, AH on 5, F sharp high on 7, C sharp 9, F sharp on high on 11, A high on 13, F sharp high there. And then the last chord that you've got on the chorus is you got A long on pad 1, D long, F sharp high on pad 5, going back to the D long, A long on pad 9, D long on 11, F sharp high, and going back to the D long, and again bottom note is the D long, so you get this. So that's it. So if you just listen to those last four, it's exactly the same as the beginning, but it's just being played higher up. Okay, so that's essentially it. It's just 4 chords essentially for the main part of the song, which are just arpeggiated in different ways. So if you want to learn more about different tunes that you can make with their generator, just go to our YouTube channel.